Hello friends, welcome back to Smart Coder. We are back in a video, and in this video we are going to learn how we can create the native widget for our Android and the iOS that will be synced with our Flutter application. But in this video we are going to cover for the Android, and in the next video we are going to cover for the iOS. So this is our application. You can see here we have created one small application that will be taking the input from the user as a username and all. When we click save, then it will update the widget also. First of all, we will go to the home screen, and from here we will add the widget. We'll click here, widgets. Then from here we will search for our application name, and we will have here Flutter native widgets. We'll click here. It will add the widget here that getting for the 4 columns and 2 rows widget and all. When we click here add widget, it will add here. So you can see here name of the widget, then name, whatever the name we will put in our application, that will come here. So now we will open our application and we will put some name here. We will put here snippet coder. We click here save name and we will click the update here. We will go to the home screen. You will see here that data has been synced there. You will see here name is coming here, and it will also show the time also when that message is saved here. Again, if we go to the application and we will change the name to something else, we will put here Raman. We will save here. Again, we will go to our desktop. You can see here name has been updated here. So before starting the video, if you are new to our channel, subscribe the channel by clicking on the subscribe button and click the bell icon to get notified about our latest video. So first of all, we will write our code in our native Android so that we can handle the communication between the Flutter and the widgets. We have to go to the Android folder, and there we have the app folder. Inside that we have the source, then we have the main. Inside that we have this Kotlin, and there we have our namespace, that is comp.example.flutter native home widgets. Under that we have the main activity.kt file, and here what we have to do, we have to create a new folder here. We'll click here and we will name it as a widget. Inside that we will create a new file, that is flutter widget provider, flutter widget provider.kt, and here we have to write the widget provider class. We have to write a class flutter widget provider. Then we will inherit with the app widget provider, and we have to also put here the namespace and all. And we have to write a package name here. Package name we can copy from here and we can put here. And in this we require some of the namespace. We will just copy paste those namespace here. First one is the pending intent. Then we have the app widget manager. Then we have the app widget provider. Then we have the content.component name. Then we have the android.content.context. Then we have the content.intent. Then we have the widget.remote view. That will be basically used for syncing the data in the UI with the shared preference and all. Now here we have to create the companion object. After that we have to create one variable that will be for our preference name, and we will have a private constant value preference underscore name, and that will be flutter underscore widget underscore preference. So here we have the function that will be named as a update app widget, and that will be used for updating the widget and all. We will have here, and here we have to put some of the parameters also. First one is the context, then we have the app widget manager, then we have the app widget ID. So basically this widget ID is used like if we are going to have a multiple widget in our home screen for identify which widget it is calling for updating the UI and all. For that purpose we have the widget ID and all. And then here we have to get some data from our shared preference, and for that we have to create few of the variables. First one is the preference, and that will be for getting the shared preference data, and this is the preference name, and the context will be mode private. Then the name we are getting from that shared preference, this saved underscore name variable, which we are going to save from our Flutter application in the shared preference. It will pick that value. And then we have this last updated variable also. It will be for getting the last whenever we update the last name, that date will come here, date and time will come here. Then we have this widget message here. So whatever the message we are storing from the application, that will also display in the widget. Then we have to create the remote view for updating the widget layout and all. We have here the variable that is views is equal to remote views. Then we have the context.package name that we are getting from our layout.flutter widget, and this flutter widget we are going to create here in the XML file and all. Then we have to set the values in our this view by calling this views.setTextViewText, and we have to define here the ID of that control. Then we have to pass whatever the data we have to pass here. First one, we are taking it as a static here, name widget. So here you can see this is the widget, and if you see here, this is the widget title, name widget. We can change the name according to our requirement. Then we have here the widget name, widget underscore name, and this is the name, like name colon, whatever the name we are storing from our Flutter application. Then we have the widget message here, whatever the message we are getting from our shared preference, that will come here. So after that, we will also show the last updated date here. So for this one, we will just put the condition. We will check here if the last updated is not of empty, then only will display here last updated date, else we will not show, because in this widget, suppose before saving any data, if user drag and drop the widget here, then in that case the updated date will not come here. After that, we have to create the intent, like when user click on this widget, it will launch the Flutter application. So here we have the code for that. We have to create one variable that will be intent is equal to intent. We have to create the intent, that is this main activity class. Then we have to put the flags here, that will be flag activity new task or flag activity clear task. And then we have to get the activity, providing here context. Then we have this value 0 intent. Then we have to pass here flag update current or flag update flag immutable. Then we have this view.set on click pending intent. On this widget container, we have to pass this on click event by providing this pending intent here. After that, we have to update the widget here by calling this function, that is update widget manager dot update app widget, and we have to pass here the app widget ID and this view. And here we have to import two more things. We have to import here import com. We have to copy this one. We have to paste here. We have to put here main activity. Then same we have to change here to R. So both this will be used for importing these variables and all, this R and this main activity. After that, we have to override one more function. We have to put here override function on update, and we have to pass the variables here. We have the three variables here. We have context, then we have the app widget manager, then we have the app widget IDs, and from here we have to loop through this widget IDs and all, and then we have to call this update app widget and all. So here we have this code for updating all the widget by doing the loop and all, by calling this for app widget ID in with app widget IDs, and then we have to call this function and we have to pass the variables and all. After that, we have to create one more function, and that will be on receive function. So here we have this function that will be override function on receive, and from here we have this on receive. Then we have to pass here the context, the intent. Then we have to call here super.onReceive event. So here we will check if the intent.action is equal to app widget manager.action app widget update. Then in that case, we have to update the widget here. And here we have the app widget manager. We are getting it from the app widget manager.get instance. Then we have the component name that we are getting from the component name by passing the context and the Flutter widget provider class. Then we have the app widget IDs that we are getting from the app widget IDs by passing this component name. Then we are doing the loop through, and then we are just calling this function app update app widget. After that, we have three more functions that we are just not using here. We have to just put here, and the first method is the on enable. Then whenever we add any new widget, then it will be called this function. Whenever we disable any widget, we remove any widget, then this function will be called. Then we have this on delete event. Whenever we remove any widget, then this function will be called. So basically these will be used like if you need to do any operation on the basis of these functions, that also you can do. Now we have to go to our main activity.kt. Here we have our class main activity. We are extending with our Flutter activity. Then from here we have to provide two variables. First one will be our channel name. That channel will be for communicating with the Flutter and the native application and all. Then we have this preference name. After that we have to override our configure Flutter engine and all, and there we have to define our method channel. Here we have the code for the configure Flutter engine, and there we are just calling the method channel, and there we have we are just setting the method call handler and all. And in that we are having two functions. First one is the update widget and the second one is the get widget data. So both will be called from our Flutter application, and here whenever we have to update our widget, then whatever the data we are getting from the Flutter application, we are getting here with the name argument in the name, last updated, and the message here. And on the basis of that we are just calling this function update home screen widget, and that function we will create here. And here we have to create the function. This function is the update home screen widget, and there we have to pass the name, last updated, then the message here. And here what we are doing, we are just getting the data from the shared preference by passing the preference name. Then we are just putting the whatever the data we are getting from the widget, that data we are storing in our shared preference here. You can see here we have this put string. We are saving here save name, last updated, then we have the widget message and all. Then we are just applying here. After that we are just updating the widget here by calling this intent here, by calling the app widget manager dot action app widget update. Then we are just getting the widget ID, and then we are just sending the broadcast here, and then our widget will be get updated here. After that we have this function that is get widget data, and here we are just getting the data from our shared preference, that preference name. Then we are having a save name, last updated, then we have the message here. And on the basis of this we are just passing the data here to our Flutter application. And here we have to import some of the packages. We are having all these packages here, and also we have to import our Flutter widget provider also. We have to copy this one, and we have to put here import, and after that we have to put here .widget.flutter provider. So now we have to create the widget layout and all. For that we have to go to our source folder. Inside that we are having main folder, then we have this resource folder. Under that we are having all these folder. We have to create new folder here. We have to create one new folder here. We will name it as XML, and we have to create here new file, and we will name it as a widget flutter _widget _info.xml file. And we have to put some code here, and that we have to put here app widget -provider, and we are having here this namespace, and then we are having some properties here. First one is the description, widget description. Then we have the initial key guard layout that we are using with the Flutter widget. Then we have the initial layout, then we have minimum width and the height here. Then we are having a preview image, whatever the image we have to show for that preview in our widget list and all, that we are picking it from our launcher icon and all. Then we have the preview layout that we are taking it from our Flutter widget. Then we have the resize mode that we are having both for the horizontal and the vertical. Then we have the target cell widget, we are having a 4. Then the target cell height, that is 2. Then we have the update period millisecond, we are having here 18 million. Then we have the widget category, and we are putting it for the home _screen category. This widget description we have to create here in the values. We have to create new XML file, and we will put here strings.xml. And here we have to put two values, that will be the app name and the widget description that we can put here. Now here we have to create one new folder, and that will be name it as a layout. So now here we have to create the layout here. So before that, whatever we are checking here, that is a Flutter widget information that we have to provide here. So now for the layout, we have to create here the new layout here inside the layout folder, and we will name it as a Flutter _widget.xml file. And we have to create the layout here, and we are using a linear layout with providing the layout, widget, height, then we have the orientation, then we have the padding here, background, we are using a widget background. So this background also we are going to create here. Then we have this clickable true, then we have our text view, that will be you can match from here. So this layout you can match with the actual UI. You can see here text view, that is widget title. You can see here this name widget, then we have our widget name, text view, that is name Raman. Then we have this text view for the widget message. You can see here third row. Then you have this widget time, that will be updated and the time stamp and all. For that purpose we are using this layout here. After that we can create this background here. We have to go here and from here we have to create a new file, widget background, and here we have to put the shape here with the gradient. You can change it to any of the color you want to do. So now we have to go to the Android manifest, and from there we have to do all this integration changes and all. We have to go here. Now here after the activity, you can see here we are having here activity. After that we have to put some code here for the Flutter widget provider and all, and we have to put here this code, and this is the receiver tag, and we have to provide a name here, that is widget.flutter widget provider. Then we have our Android exported true. Then we are having some event here, that is action here, app widget update, and then we have the metadata. We are having here app widget.provider, and we have to provide this Flutter widget information and all. So rest of the information will be same, no need of changes anywhere. So before jumping to the Flutter application, so now let's run our application and see if we are getting any error or not. If we are not getting any error and we are able to see our widget in our widget list, that means our native code is working perfectly fine. So here we are getting some error here. So let's see where the issue is. So first error we are getting in the main.activity. Let's go there. So here we are getting widget.flutter widget provider. So might be issue here. So let's see. So here we forget to put dot widget. After that we are getting here error. So now where the issue is. So here we forget to close this class, and we have to close here instead of here. So now let's run the application, see. So now we are not getting any error. So it's building the application. So you can see here application is running here. So it is coming with the default Flutter demo homepage. So now let's go to the desktop, and from here let's try to add the widget here, and from here we will try to search the widget here, Flutter. So we are getting the widget here. So this one. So if I click here, you can see here preview is also coming here. So if I click here add widget, so you can see here our widget is coming here. That means our native code integration working perfectly fine. So now let's move further, and in the Flutter code we will complete our integration part and all. So here we have to remove all the code here, and we will make it as a stateful widget. We will name it as a my. Here we can return the material, and we have to create one new page here, my home page. We'll make it as a stateful widget here, stateful widget my home page, and we have to pass the constructor for the title here. So this one we have to make it stateful, not stateless. We have to put here stateful, and we will change it to my home page, and here we have to put the variable for the title. After that we have to create one variable here for the platform name that will be going to communicate with the native code and the Flutter code. We are having this platform variable name, and here we are calling this method channel, and we have to import here. We have to import the flutter/service.dart file, and we have to put this name, and make sure this name should be exactly same the name of your channel name which you define in your main activity here, this one. So this is com.example.flutter native widgets/widget, and if we go there you can see here name is exactly same. After that we have to create one variable for the text editing controller for taking input from the user, and then we have to create two more variables. One is for the save name and the second one is for the current time. After that we have to create here one function, and that function will be used for set up the method channel and all. We have to put a void setup underscore setup method channel, and here we have the platform dot set method call handler, and we have to set the handler here. We have to make this one as a async here, and here we have to use a switch case, and we have to take it from the call dot method, and we have to check here if the case is equal to refresh visit. Then we have to call here one function that we will create, update visit, and we have to break from here. After that we have the case here, that will be get visit data, and from here we will return name underscore save name. Then we have the last updated underscore current time. Then we have the message here. We will put here dummy hello underscore dollar underscore the save name, and in the default we have to throw the error here, platform exception, and code we will put here unimplemented. And from here we have to create this function that is update visit, and we are having this function here update visit, and from here we have to invoke the method that is update visit in our native application, and there we have to pass the name save name. Then we have the last updated we have to pass here, the message. If we don't have any name saved, then we have to pick it as a default one, that is enter a name, else we will show here hello save name. After that we have to create one more function that will be for load the save name, whatever the name we have saved, that will come here load save name, and we are going to use the shared preference here. We have to add in the pub spec, and we will put here we will import. So here what we are doing, we are just getting the shared preference, and we are setting our save name from our preference name, whatever the name we have saved there. And we will create one more function that will be for updating our current time, that will be on the basis of the whatever the date time now, and we are getting here the hours and the minutes here. And we have to call all these three functions from our int state function. We have to put here override void int state. We have to put here super dot int state. Then we have to call all these three functions, setup method channel, load save name, and the update current time. Now here we have to create the UI here. So what we have to do here, we have to go to visit function, the build function and all, and from here we will return our scaffold visit here first. And we are having this scaffold visit. There we are having the app bar with the background color and the title. Then we have the body here, and we are using a padding, and the padding we are using a edge inset dot all 16. Then we have the child here, and we are using a column visit, and then we have the children's here. Inside the children's we are going to put the card visit, and we have our first card here, that will be for showing the name and all. We are having here this text with the current save name, whatever the name we are going to save there, that we will fill from our save name. Then we will check here if the current time is not empty, then we will show the last update time here. After that we have to put some spacing here. We'll put the space here. Then we have to create one more card that will be used for taking the input from the user. And here we have our one more card here. And there what we are doing, we are having a text visit with the enter your name. Then we have the text field here. And there we are having the controller, the name controller decoration we are doing with the outline input border and all. Then we are having the hint text here, enter your name. Then we have our input action, that is input action dot done. Then we have the on submitted. We have to create one function that is save name, that will be used for storing the name, and this function will be used for storing the data in the shared preference on. We have to create the function here, and we have to go here in the bottom. We will have this function save name, and there we are checking if the name controller dot text is empty. Then we have to show here please enter a name. Then we are getting the variable that is preference with from our shared preference. Then we have to update the current time. Then we are setting the same name here. Then we are just setting the save name and last updated. After that we are updating our visit here. Then we are just calling here name controller dot clear, and then we are just showing the message for the user, that is name save. And we have to also have this dispose function also here. Once everything is done or the form is closed, the screen is closed, then we have to clear this dispose here to have some memory release and all. So now let's reload the application and see is it working or not. So we have to stop the application first and we have to rerun the application again. So here the application, and what we will do, we will put some name here, snippet coder, and we will click the save here. So now you can see name save. Now let's see in the desktop. You can see here the name is coming here on the basis of whatever the name we are putting there, and also showing the updated time and all. Now we will click, it will open the application. You can see here. Again we will put some other name, Raman. Then we click again here. Now we go to the home screen. You can see here name is getting updated. So that means our Flutter integration with the native Android widgets are working perfectly fine. So that's all in this video. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe channel, like, comment, share. In the next video we are going to do the integration with the Flutter and the native iOS, and we will do the same for the widgets and all. So thanks for watching the video.